Be right back.
Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the GC Sports YouTube channel. My name's T. We're taking you through the evening's events here in the B Custom Series, live from the Lady in Black herself, Darlington Speedway, the oldest paved surface in NASCAR. The egg-shaped oval, just under a mile and a half, here for the 250-mile race this evening, and arguably one of the two longest events on in the game, really. And I believe this might be the longest event on the calendar if we don't go to the Charlotte Oval later in the season. So very much an endurance race for these custom setups. Also a very driver-oriented track with the two different turns and the different racing style and the tight racing groove. Only about 2 cars you could really fit, and even then that's a squeeze around here. You gotta be really capable of taking advantage of mistakes from your competitors on the racetrack. And also have a car that can make it quite a decent bit in the long run as well. Now, if we take a look at the point standings headed into this race, and I believe that the biggest storyline is that the points leader, Private Patton, a 70-point lead just about over the rest of the field, missing a double points night for the B Customs. As now that will pretty much mean that the battle for the lead in B Customs will be shifted over towards Country Caliber, Duh, and DB the Best, who are all within 5 points of each other. And then you also have Guardian 9 points behind that battle, the race winner from last week. Now, I don't have the starting order. And I am just waiting on a still waiting on a go-ahead to join the lobby. Still don't have a qualifying order. I think we'll figure that. And up we are getting it right here. DB the Best on pole in the 20. Okay, 28.5. And then Daha in second. So right away you look at that championship ballot we just mentioned, and it is 1-2-5 with Guardian 3 and Jose Protege starting P4. Long Live the Star starts 6, and that is the top 6. Alright, still waiting on the go ahead. So we'll give a couple keys to the race here a bit earlier than I would appropriate. I think you have to watch out for, obviously, as I said before, tight racing surface, a lot of contact early on. You could see a couple early cautions as before the drivers settle into the race. Long stages in a long race in general. Stage split just about halfway on a one stop, and then stage 3, I think any way you split it is going to be a 2-stopper, with especially the fact that you have about 70 laps or so in stage 3. So you really got to be able to have a good long run car. And also just a lot, and also pit road is going to be a huge factor in this race. The very unique pit road around here where it's really close to the inside wall could mess up a couple drivers tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And as now joining me for as the in-race reporter, Mr. Travesty, back again with me for this Wednesday evening.
Yes, sir. Yeah, since this is customs, I just want to throw in there that the other thing you got to look out for is how people have jacked up their rear springs. If you have them up too much, you might be wearing out your rear tires, getting loose really fast. So that's something to watch out for. And you can join now, T-Bird.
All right. Thank you. So we will have a look. I will take a look at that comment while we are loading in here. Hamilton, you are right. Pit Road is a sucker around here. It is absolutely... It is not fun at the best of times, and at the worst of times it could really make or break your race, and most of the times probably break it. As we are lining up, we are going green. DB the best, Duh, Guardian, Jose, Country Caliber, and that is Street Machine actually starting sixth. Sauce went to the back of the field off the start. The front 5 or 6 have actually gone single file right off the bat. As we'll look back at Tiller, and bit of a missed corner from Jose, and that's going to stack up the field behind that. 3 wide for P number 6. Tiller, actually, excuse me, that's for P5. And a lot of the early racing going on right in that mid-pack range. Although now, and the 20 was already hard in the wall. Gets loose out the corner, maybe a bit of contact from the person to the outside. They were side-by-side exiting the corner there. And he just goes flying to the inside wall. Turn 2 is probably the menace corner around this place. You have a bit of a groove or a bump or what you would like to call it in the middle of that corner, or middle to exit of that corner, and then just the way the bump off the corner shoots you to the left itself. Well, I should say the racing line does that. But yeah, it can cause some problems, especially as Travesty has mentioned, if your rear springs are way jacked up, it's going to be easier to spin off those corners with the higher wear that you get to those rear tires. And the higher wear means less grip, and less grip means you're spinning out more often. Meanwhile, back up front, DB and Duh 1-2 off the start, and 1-2 in the race by a good bit here. As the JGR duo hunt each other down 1-2. Guardian P3 retain his spot from the start of the race. Straight Machine and Jose 4 and 5. Tiller 6 and Country Caliber 7 early. As they've all sort of filed into different groups of 2 or 3 off the start here. As now Duh had a run on the 20 but doesn't do anything with it. Now we'll see what he decides to do out of turn 4 here, as he looks like he has another run. Not going to do anything with it though. Yeah, I think it's going to be appropriate here. You don't want to put yourself in a bad spot early, although Country Caliber, he wants to get back up towards where he feels he should be as he gets around Tiller for P6. And Duh in 1 and 2 has actually gone around DB the best. So new leader early on is the 18 car in that retro Elliott Sadler scheme. One of really only a couple guys I've seen wearing a throwback for the Darlington race.
Hey guys.
Hello, what is up in YouTube land? Hope you're enjoying the early run-ins of this race. As get a look at Sauce, he's just struggling early, hit the wall, and now he looks already about half a track behind the leaders, and I don't even think we're in double digits yet. So could be concern from him in the 21. On board with DB now as he gets a face full of the 18 rear bumper. And you look there, all those two were running 3 and 4 very differently. Duh seems to be driving in a bit harder there, where DB is a bit more relaxed and going for the exit. And then right here you see DB, looks like he gets in the throttle a bit sooner, stays more to the outside. Both of them have to gather up, and Duh is even in the wall a bit. Meanwhile, Country Caliber, if you look back in the second group, he's caught Street Machine, Jose, and Guardian. Guardian actually dropped from 3rd to 5th since the last time we checked on this group. And now Jose!
I wanna see somebody run the top like I was on Monday, emojis.
Well, I think on the restart it was working a bit on the outside. You had Street Machine make up a couple spots on the outside off the start, but I think the line around here is more of a gradual diamond or hook, depending on how you enter the corner. Some more fan interaction going on. Great to always see that on the broadcast. As now Country Caliber makes a move for 4th over Guardian. Street Machine R's drop back to P6. In front 6 are the same group of drivers, just in a slightly rearranged order. And now Daha is getting a bit loose out of turn 2 now, as now that puts DB to the outside. And oh, that's hard hit! Street Machine hard in the inside wall out of turn 2. And he's going to drop back 6, 7, 8, 9th place now. 4 to 5 car. Meanwhile, back up front, the HUD doesn't have too much of an issue gathering the car back up and retaining the lead over DB after his moment. But it looks like DB might have a bit better of a long run cars now. He may has a look. He's on his bumper just about as we go back, and then he lets off a good bit here. Maybe trying to give space to the guy in front. Trying not to run him over early.
Anyone blow engine yet? How many cautions?
Surprisingly caution free so far and no blown engines, although we have had a couple guys slide off to the inside wall and a couple struggles for some guys early on here in the race. And now DB's actually dropped off about half second to a second off of Daha. And then looking back, Jose Protege trying to hold off the 11 of Country Caliber for the last podium spot here. Granted, it's probably only like lap 15 of a 180 lap race. So you're probably not worried too much if you lose a spot here early. Although, granted, track position, probably the most important oval to have that here at Darlington. In terms of how difficult it is to pass around here. But Jose holds him off for now. We'll keep right here as this seems to be the closest battle. And Country Caliber's just made his way through the field in general.
Win. Dennis muted.
So we had some cheers for Daha and some general chaos going on in chat now as Country Caliber finally makes a move for 3rd after Jose Protege gets loose out the corner in turn 2. And Country Caliber has a very good car for the mid-run, as we have seen him drive up from a second back of the top of 3rd through 5th to now taking that 3rd spot. And now that is DB with a huge
Laughing,
moment.
Emoji happy tears, emoji happy tears, emoji happy tears, emoji happy tears, emoji happy tears.
I really need to turn text-to-speech off for my comments. I do not want to listen to that the entire time.
Dirt Dog knows that top was working.
Well, it could work. I will say there could be a way for it to work
I like
around
that
here.
guy's voice. Who is that?
I'm T-Bird.
Yes, I do.
Uh, it is. I've taken over the Wednesday broadcast for the foreseeable future. So get used to this voice. If you like it, then good for you. You get to enjoy your races. I don't know how you would otherwise, but we'll see. Meanwhile, back up towards the front, DB's now ran down the 18
Hate
after
your
there was a
Siri
gap.
though.
I Yeah, I might just straight up turn off the text to speech. I do that just so it's easier. I don't have to like have something else to
I
look.
lips emoji. Sorry, didn't he know that would happen?
Y'all are good. I mean, I'm all for chat interaction. I might just have to just pull the YouTube up on my phone now and have the comments read
I
out from
like to
there.
watch bird shower.
Okay, back to the racing. Daha now still holding off DB for the front spot. Meanwhile, looking back at that second group, Country Caliber's gotten about maybe a tenth of anything on Jose. And then the battle for 6 and back there starting to heat up as Travesty has gained a whole bunch on Tiller, and Rob is right there with him. As we get a front looking back view of that as, oh, Tiller, bit
Bird
closer.
is my boyfriend, back off beach. It is good and you are alone in the booth.
I mean, I'm not completely alone. I have Travesty here. I'm not completely alone in the booth. Also, whoever's calling me their boyfriend, that's a bit weird. But, you know what? Anyways, back to the racing. There's racing going on. Y'all are distracting me. As there's actually a good bout.
You missed that pass.
Alright. You did get around him. Yes, you did. Alright. Also, there was some chaos. Now Jose Protege got loose out of one of the
Oh
corners.
my god, I'm gonna have fun with this.
I'm sure you will have fun with that. As, oh, Country Caliber, he might be the first car looking to make a pit stop. No, it looks
We
like he
might
just
have
got
a caution.
Dirt dog is.
I'm not. Yep, we got a caution.
first caution of the race is Street Machine, Tiller, and Rub all getting into it, and I think I have to just turn off the text to speech. This is just y'all.
Sent it underneath me, and he got the apron and spun in front of Rub and Street Machine.
So better racing this. And how many laps to go will you say when we get out the caution here?
I just cleared it. Hold on. I'll tell you when we restart.
Because I feel like that was a decent bit of a run. We might be able to just have this caution be the only pit stops here if we go green the rest of the time. However, I say that in Guardian, I don't know if he forgot to pit or what happened, but he is taking the lead of this race off the start.
We got 30 laps to go and 35 laps of fuel, so we won't have to pit again.
Well, everyone except apparently Guardian, he's dropped to the inside. I think he forgot to pit here.
Yep.
Quite unfortunate for him early on. Meanwhile, should probably focus more on the race. And single file back for the lead, ahead of DB once again. And now Country Caliber in third. Jose fourth, and Travesty up into the top 5. Getting around, well, taking over Guardian for after his error with the caution cycle. Tom, we do have to turn you off because as the saying goes, this is why we can't have nice things. Let's just put it that way. Country Caliber on the bumper, and they're really all on the bumper, the top 4 here. bumper, 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 and just honestly a straight line. You get Country Caliber. I think he does have something for this front two here. He just got stuck back in traffic early. I I I think especially in late run, he seemed especially fast as the run went on, especially with the front two, having a bit of issues coming out of the corners. So I'm watching this 11, seeing what he can do over the course of the race. But you also see sort of a split right about right after what's the top six at that moment. I think the top six look like they're about the six fastest here, just from the early cases. You might see someone improve in a race, but it's less likely than a slider race where you come in with one setup and then you have to change it really to have a fast car. Here you have your setup dealt with already. If you're going to make changes, it's too late most of the time. So you really got to know like what the car is doing before you enter the race. Meanwhile, Guardian is back out as a lap car in front of our two leaders, Daha and DB. Still 1-2. They've been 1-2 for pretty much the entire race. Actually the entire race, I believe. And Daha is actually in the wall as we are talking about them. And DB will take the spot. New leader, 20 car. He gets the lead for the second time this evening. He led from the pole to begin the race. And it's the Toyotas 1, 2, and 3. I don't know how I feel about that. Meanwhile, it's Jose Protege in fourth and Travesty in fifth still. And not a lot of battles going on in general throughout the field. Although I think the front three could be very close for this entire run upcoming right here. As I've mentioned. Just looking through the field, seeing just about how everyone's doing. And I think we'll just stay on Daha's cam for a moment as we see him have a huge overdrive in the corner. He was more aggressive out of the two driving styles from the leaders early on. And I think we see that right there where he has a bit of an overdrive and loses a tiny bit of time. Something that is quite easy to do in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 is not as much an issue, but it is a more costly issue as well, as the wider turn will have you lose more time if you get up in that wall. And yep, again, he just has a huge dive down the corner that it could be good towards the end of the stage where you're not afraid to move someone as much, but right now I don't see what the benefit of it is. Country Caliber is now sort of fallen off the front two and has slid back to Jose Protege as a battle for third, really. The 18's still looking for a way. Another hard drive into turn 3. I mean, I guess that's just really just what his line is. Darlington is as narrow as it is. You can drive in multiple different ways and be fast around here, which is part of its charm, really, is you can do so much with so little space, and Daha actually think he gets a bit loose there. So he's still looking though. Now, looking through the rest of the field, Tiller is actually coming off a wreck out of what seemingly is turn 2. Don't know what happened there. There was issues with him and others causing the first caution. He might just have a very loose race car out in that part of the track.
18's around, 18's around.
Yep, and I just seen that he was around and blocking the racing line, and that is huge. That allows DB to get a hugely clear lead. And second, as I try to find him, excuse me, That now sets him back. That looks to be P6 behind, well, actually just in front of Robin 80 and behind Travesty, who now moves into the top 5. Actually, no, I believe this would
I'm
be.
I'm in
Yeah,
fourth. He's in fifth.
yeah, I was about to say, like, I saw Jose there, Jose and Country, and they're like, yeah, no, those two would be in the podium, so yeah, he has to be 5th. So, my bad there. It happens from time to time. Country Caliber also seemingly a bit loose at that corner. He's slid down there a couple times this evening already. I think, but part of it is you need a loose car to have a fast car, especially around here where a lot of it's your turn in and how well your lap's going to be. As turning the speed of corners here is probably the biggest part of getting a fast lap around here. As when you're faster in the corner, you're probably going to be faster out the corner and faster down straightaways. Granted, you should probably be able to say that about 90% of the tracks. There's somewhere it's a bit unique, mainly the road courses, but yeah. And oh my, Tiller's around again. Second time he's around in this run, and now he's going to be a lap down. And he has it down the apron. He very well. He's going to get back up to speed. He's going to use that bit of access road, I guess you could call it. He's going to pull in between Jose and I think he's going to pull in front of Trav here. Yes, he is. I mean, I guess he had to pull up somewhere and not do what I did here on Monday and take someone out as a lap, trying to stay out their way. So,
Yeah, I got to be the lucky one there.
yeah. And now he's starting to recover a bit. He's gaining ground on Travesty in P5, P4. But I still get that. I'm still getting that mixed up. But I think honestly at this point, I think your top 3 is going to be pretty much settled, barring a incident of some kind from one of the top 3, or a spin out or something, or a caution. Caution could always cause an issue. They generally do. As we'll take a look at Country Caliber as he's trying to gain time on BD. Now we get to see what Country is able to do one-on-one, as the two leaders had been drafting off each other and using that to their advantage before. I also believe that Jose just got a bit loose out the corner, and I think it just seems to me that the top 3 are in a separate class of their own at this point. Guardian's done a good job where he has kept his car where he needs to keep it, but I think with Tiller's issues, he might not get a chance to be the lucky dog here. I think he might have to wait all the way until the end of stage 2, so that's going to be costly in terms of stage points, barring some blown engines. Make sure you pit when you're league racing, folks, or else you end up like Guardian. Meanwhile, now a bit more chat interaction. Mayo joining us for a moment there. How are you this evening? As now Straight Machine looking to get a round 21 of sauce, or maybe trying to get the spot back. I don't know what's been going on with these two for most of the run here. But and then also Trav's now holding off Daha and a bit loose there. And Daha gets around for P4.
I let him go. He's faster.
Fair play. Fair play. The old Mark Martin where it's you're faster now, I'll try to pass you back later.
Yeah, he's loose.
And now Rub will try to get his nose in the situation. I don't know how successful he'll be with that. Take a look at Palm Coaster. He sees Len by Guardian. He is our C Custom winner coming up from Sunday night to race with the B Custom guys. And then you have the top 3 from this race. Join in our A Customs tomorrow at the same time from Atlanta. So a great race to watch there tomorrow. I don't exactly know who will be on the call for that, but keep in tune for that. Still stage 1 here in the very long Lady in Black 250. Trav, when you come back around here, can I have a lap count?
6 to go.
6 to go in stage 1. So, especially at this point, as I apologize for being a weirdo with the camera, but yeah, at this point, the front 3 are all spaced out a bit too much for really any action to go in the top 3. And really, 4, 5, 6 also look just about settled as we now hit the 5 to go. Sauce and Street Machine as Tiller's parked it or spun it on the inside there again. Closest battle really is looking like this battle for what would be P7, I believe, between Street and Sauce. And now Sauce has hit the wall a couple times since we've gone on him, so no really interesting battles going on, unfortunately. But I mean, hey, what can you do? As now we'll be heading to 4 to go, I believe, coming across the stripe this time. DB still out in front. We'll just get a look at him. He has about 2 seconds clear of Country Caliber on double points night. Once again, mentioning that as whoever is, pretty much the top scorer in this race is going to be the points leader after this race, with Private Pat not making it tonight, and doubles points night is going to be a huge loss for him, pretty much eliminating his 70-point lead that he had prior. And then, but it looks to be DB being the best, if you will, early on in this race, with really only one person really having any competition for him. As I mentioned before, I think Guardian Stage 3 might be able to make some noise once he gets back on the lead lap. Or whenever...
Leader just took the white flag of the stage.
So, last lap here in Stage 1, DB P1, Country Caliber P2, and that will probably stay that way. Jose Protege P3. Yeah, I mean, just look at the gap. 30 lap run, and that's a whole straightaway between first and third. Daha P4. As we'll get DB across the line to win the stage. Country P2, Jose P3, Daha P4. Think Trav, you're going to come across P5, Rub P6, P7. I believe Sauce beats out Street Machine in the end of that battle.
Yep.
P8, I want to go with Blaney.
P8 was Street Machine, Blaney's 9th, and this new guy, Palm Coaster's 10th.
Alright, I feel like I'm missing someone then. Actually, no, wait, Rob would be P6, and then, yeah, P7, P8, P9, P10. I know how to count. I swear. Anyways, as we'll deal with pit stops before we get back green flag racing for stage number 2.
Palm Coaster's also going to be the lucky dog.
Yeah, and that's a huge for in the scenario of Guardian not being able to collect stage points for this next stage either, really. And as we go back green, DB, Country, Daha against the spot on pit road, Jose Protege, Trav, Rub, Sauce, Blaney. That's your top 8 as we head down to 1-2. And Daha gets P2 right back, and we're back to that dominant front 2 from earlier in the race as we all are just about single file already out the corner. Funny how quick you can single file out here at Darlington. Jose again, a bit in the wall there in 3 and 4, holding up that pack just a little bit, maybe creating some racing back there. Now Country Caliber has a bit of a fault, and Sauce way back there in the picture. He's a bit loose and now gets passed up by Rub. And now there's a huge battle going on back there. Guardian as the lap car trying to make his way through some traffic. And oh, there's Rub around. That's going to collect street. Guardian, Palm Coaster, I think just
Caution.
And that's a caution. And funny enough, for being in it, Guardian's going to be the biggest benefactor of that as he gets the free pass and gets back on the lead lap.
That is unfortunately incorrect. Tiller is going to get the free pass. Guardian will still be 1 lap down.
So does that mean Guardian's 2 down at this point?
He's 1 down, but so he'll get the lucky dog if we get another caution here.
So Taylor's going to get back on the lead lap here then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate. I thought Taylor went down 2 in stage 1. That's my bad at keeping track. Meanwhile, we'll head back up to the front, and Rub stays out. I don't know if that's the best strategy after spinning out, but bold move, Cotton. And Trav 2 is outside. DB in 3rd, Daha 4th, Country 5th, Jose 6th. And we're back racing, and now we got our first leader outside of the 2 Gibbs Toyotas. And it's immediately relinquished back to the 20 car. Well, that lasted long. DB gets around Rub first, and then Daha falls right there. And they're back to 1-2 by the time they get back to the start-finish line. Now Country Caliber and Jose trying to get around the 88 themselves. And the 88, I think it's a bit in the wall. Oh, there's contact. 88 now hard in the wall. And just rim rides it. Country Caliber also knocked a bit offline and back behind the likes of Jose, Blaney, and Trav. Trav now
keep it off, everybody.
Still side by side with Country Caliber here. And they'll keep it all straight. Back up towards front. And already about half straightaway distance between the front 2 and the rest of the field. As Daha looks to make up for lost ground in stage 1 by getting some huge stage points here, especially trying to beat that 20 car, get what essentially would be the points lead back. And well, slight issue. In a moment. I apologize. We will get back with the race in action shortly here. Luckily, I have about like 5 backups. So, we'll just call this a commercial break. Time to do some singing, dancing, fan attack. Don't buy their stuff. It's expensive. Honestly, go buy Logitech or something. It's cheap. Buy Logitech. I don't know. There's a reason I'm a commentator, not a salesman.
Well, and I got my Thrustmaster. I told my wife what I wanted, because she got it for me for Christmas. But then when I said Thrustmaster, she's like, "Is it a steering wheel or is it something else?" I said, "No, it's a steering wheel."
I mean, to be fair, when you hear that as someone who doesn't know racing a whole lot, especially online racing, that can sound like something different. Anyways, back up towards the racing for the lead as we are back with the action here. DB still leading over Daha, and it's now the top six have split into three groups of two with Blaney and Trav fifth and sixth, Country and Jose third and fourth, and then the top two being DB and Daha. I think someone in the chat got the reference. That's fun. We'll go on board with Daha again. Actually, we've been on board with them playing enough. Let's go on board with Jose. Yeah, that sounds like fun. As he's trying to get maybe a moved on the 11. Maybe just stay behind him until we get to pit stops. Don't know what's going on in his head. I'm not a mind reader. But as we look, the top two. And oh, there's a bit of loose car coming from BD or DB. Bleh. But yeah, he's still magically game time. I don't understand that one. All right, 20 car seems like he might be getting a bit of a loose condition coming out that corner. We will keep an eye on that. We have seen it from just about anyone that's gone through that corner, which would be the entire field this evening. Now, 20 car still out in front, Daha P2. Just looking through the field. Not a particularly aggressive battle. Tiller back on the lead lap after his wild stage 1 and is now looking at a P7. Maybe trying to run back down Blaney and Trav for a top 5 spot in this stage. And now, while we were looking at that, DB has lost the lead over to Daha. Must have been something in one of the corners, as that was a considerable loss even. Perhaps a hit off the wall or something. I'm just speculating at this point, but Daha will take the lead for another time this evening. As the two dominant cars in the field once again settle out. And oh, we've caught that. We caught that one, Trav. Loose out the corner there, I would imagine.
Yeah, I got really tight all of a sudden, then I hit the wall and it just sent me to the inside wall. Somehow I didn't completely wreck.
Yep. And there you are on the wall again. As now Taylor looks to grab P6 off of Travesty. Blaney now up into the top 5 for the first time this evening, and as someone who's had a very quiet evening up to this point. Been hanging around that mid-pack, and oh, Taylor is, I think, potentially, well, he's sliding. He's in the wall. Rubbin Guardian barely avoid him. Sorry for the quick moment of silence after all that went down. Tiller spins out again. DB Might be getting reeled in here by country even maybe. Maybe something's not gone completely right with that car here in stage 2. As he seems to not have the speed he had in stage 1. Oh, but now as we look at that, Country Caliber, he's sliding out to the inside. Uh, well, this evening in your booth, for the third time I'll mention this on the broadcast, my name's T-Bird. My in-race reporter is Travis D, bringing you the action from the B Custom Series at GC Sports here at Darlington for the Lady in Black 250. So there, you have that. Is now Country Caliber looking for P2. He's had the faster car over the past couple laps. Stays behind here. And DB, as we go on board for Country Caliber, can DB in the 20 hold on to that spot? He's not. This is the furthest. This is the lowest he's been for. This. This has been the closest he's been from dropping outside second for more than a lap, I should say. That's cool. That's cool. That's fair. I mean, I've not been doing Wednesday nights for a long time. Only my second race here in this evening. But I should be here the rest of the season. So yeah, just if it's Wednesday night, just assume it's me. And if it doesn't sound like me, then probably ask questions. I don't know. As now Jose's dropped off of that battle for second a bit here. As Country Caliber is still getting a whole bumper full of the 20 in his front windshield. Street Machine about to go a lap down here, which would not be good for that one car who's still a lap down, despite being probably a top 5 car in this field this evening. But the 5 car's just not been able to hold on to a lot of speed. He might have also had an issue that we've missed. And he does seem to be a bit loose, or he's just letting the 18 by there. Meanwhile, Country Caliber, P2 now, as he gets around DB. And DB looks like he immediately wanted to go for something out the corner, or he just got loose as he's dropped off a bit here. That's probably more likely, knowing Darlington. And so now Country Caliber, his highest spot of the evening so far in P2. Daha leads, and Daha's actually been getting reeled in here. And the 20 car is down the pit lane. And hitting the wall in the pit lane, apparently. Maybe. Or maybe it's just glitching out on my screen. I don't know. Doing broadcasts are confusing. Daha's still leading at the moment, but as green flag pit stops have now gone underway, we'll see what that is like. Thought I was going to be able to get a view of DB leaving, but that didn't even make sense, so. Still Daha. More commercial breaks. So, yeah, I'll apologize completely. I have no idea what is going on at the moment. Well, hey, at least we got a lap count, lap 91. It'll probably be around 93, 94 by the time I get back in for the third time. Very annoying. Very annoying. Now back as we go to the leader once again.
Your car came around the corner.
Hey.
I don't care if it's on YouTube.
Well, other people do, alright?
What, you're like...
Zaha's still in the lead as Country Caliber now P2. And I believe Jose down pit road at the moment. He is the second of the top four drivers before the pit cycle to really hop down there. And now I believe Country Caliber is going to make it the third of the four. As he'll make that sharp miss. Maybe, well. I don't know what was going on. But he made it. Sauce now coming down. And now we'll get a look at Delta, who's the last car to come down, but he will have the freshest tires by far, and a driver with a very solid long run car, as he very well could make a huge impact in this race. Well, for stage 2 at least, him staying out here. He would have to get around the other guys first, for sure, but fresh tires should not, and that shouldn't be an issue. As we're looking at Guardian, I believe, has gone around Street Machine, so now it's more about other lap cars being in the way for him. And does just still buying his time. He's trapped everyone a lap down at this point, I believe, or just about everyone. So he could be hoping for a caution, make it. I mean, there would be a lot of guys that are 2 down and would not, and would create some chaos with that, but at the same time, with Darlington and how essential fresh tires are, I don't. He's going to be losing a lot of time off of this.
Well, technically, with if he's running the fuel all the way down, he can probably make it another 5 to 8 laps before he has to pit.
Well, he's going to be pinned right here instead, as he'll make it probably the last car to hit the pit lane. Although I guess I will wait for confirmation on that.
He's still the leader on pit road, so he's got to be.
Yeah, I'd imagine unless one of these 3 that are just passing now overtake him. I don't think so. So, looking back, Country Caliber, he's back
5. Street Machine's the leader.
Street Machine, the leader. He went a lap down. He's a lap down provisionally, but he's currently the leader of the race. So I guess we'll give him his camera time as he dives down pit lane. But Country Caliber, he might sped, and oh, there's Sauce around. Spinning on the backstretch. Long live the Sauce. Second time we've mentioned him with an incident this evening, and now he's up in the wall. Guardian has to make avoidance efforts. And he'll pull it down to the inside before coming back up in 3 and 4. Meanwhile, back with the leaders. it might actually be Country Caliber in the lead with. I think Tiller went around some points. So I think he might be lapped. I think that might be what it is here. Can I get a confirmation that the 11's the new leader here?
Yes, yes, that is correct.
Alright, so Country Caliber pitting early, takes the lead. DB, the best. Not a great pit entry and ends up behind Daha even after pitting like 10 to 15 laps before the 18 did. Jose Protege now even maybe getting a run at him for P3. But now we gotta look to see how Daha fares, try and run down the 11 as we mentioned fresh tires, but I mean granted if you can't get around the lap car then that's all for naught as he's having trouble with here.
I'm assuming it's Blaney that's right in front of him.
No, that is Tiller that's in front of him. As Daha will get around Tiller, we've moved over to the battle for third as that has started heating up, and well now Jose is a bit off of the 20. He'll get a higher. He looks like he gets a higher arc on the entry of 3 and 4 than the 20 does. Maybe trying to go for a bit more of a run-oriented line, but which will be good for actually trying to get side by side with him, but not for completing it really. But then again, you have to have give and take at certain areas of what you're doing on track here. So Jose still not full car in P4. He is having a very solid run. He's not moved up or down much. He's stayed consistently in that 4 or 5 range. So otherwise would be a very quiet day if there was any other action from him besides him racing DB at the moment, but we're going to keep with this battle. As now Street Machine on the freshest set of tires, also rearing his head, maybe trying to run his lap back the old-fashioned way, or at least catch the 2 car to be in the free pass spot. DB has held on quite nicely. He's positioned his car quite well. Hasn't gone really loose yet. You know, just a quick look back up front. Still a couple of laps away from him and Daha having a battle, though. He hits the wall there, so that's going to bring the 18 closer. Plus lap traffic. Maybe a situation brews there. And we're looking at 2 very close battles at the moment, side by side, as now the 3rd, 4th are in a lap car sandwich that could create for some interesting racing circumstances. Jose tries a different line, ends up in the wall, and we'll lose a bit of time. Meanwhile, that will get us back towards the 2 leaders, as now Daha about a car length, if that, away from the 11, a Country Caliber. They both got around the lap car Blaney quite easily. And now it's off to the races for those 2. Daha looks close. Doesn't necessarily make a move here. Up, Country Caliber a bit loose out that corner, but keeps it going straight. Or honestly, it could be a lag from my end at this point. I honestly don't know who's getting loose. Daha's still close. Just a quick check back at DB and Jose. They still same 2 all the Street Machines now gone around the 2 lead lap cars. Daha, they've both been taken below the racing surface. Daha now to the outside of Country Caliber. Can't get the car positioned enough to really make a run at it here. Now he's going to have the run out the corner to the inside. Not a huge slide from a Country Caliber. And yet he's held on to the spot still. The 11 and 18, now some hard racing between the two leaders. Daha once again to the bumper, the 11. No, they keep it straight this time now. Daha, does he just dive it in here? He does. Side by side for the lead. Country Caliber around the outside. Can he get the run out the corner? He hits the wall. So Daha will retake the lead once again.
Leaders just took 2 to go.
And the leaders took 2 to go, and Jose Protege has took a huge lick to the inside wall. The battle for third boiling over as he has gone around. But I think he'll even keep the spot here with everyone else just way off of the top 4 at this point. Daha still out in front as they're now in the white flag lap, I believe.
Yes.
And it looks like it's going to be Daha with a pass coming to 2 to go to finally do it, as he'll come back from an early spin and take stage 2. Country Caliber will be P2. DB will be P3, followed by somehow. Is it Jose Protege? I believe so. Still, Alice Palm
Yeah,
Coast.
he's in 4th.
So Jose's still 4th despite spinning out there. Trav P5, Rub P6. And then I think at that point we're getting into lap cars. So
Yeah. We got Blaney, Street Machine, Tiller, and Guardian rounding out your top 10, and Blaney's going to be the first car 1 lap down.
So free pass to Blaney, and a solid chunk of the stage points going to lap cars. Just shows how long the runs are and how different the speeds are between different drivers at this track. I mean, if only the top 6 are on the lead lap at this point in the race, and then we still have the longest run yet to go. So you could easily see some more guys end up down the pit lane. Stage 3. I think we've mentioned we were looking at about 70 or so laps. Country Caliber takes the spot off pit road from the Daha and will take the lead. Daha, however, seemingly has a huge jump off the start and will take the lead from the outside. As we use the look back here. As the cars keep it straight for now. As we head down to turn 3. And yeah, it looks like we'll be able to keep it straight through the first lap. And oh, I say that and there's someone flying in the wall. It's Tiller once again. Jose a bit off of DB now, and DB is a bit off the front too. It's now Daha and Country Caliber. Your top 2. And the top 2 that are fairly equal in their competition at this point in the race. How many laps do we have to go, or really
about 64 to go?
So still a 1 stop, I believe. It's going to be very tight with fuel. All the cars will be pitted in a very small window, I would have to imagine. So there's that, but still 1 stop, bit longer of a run. Daha maintaining the lead over Country Caliber and hitting the wall. Because now Country Caliber, he's going to stay behind here. And not much has happened from A racer perspective up front. Country Caliber maintains P2, DB maintains P3, and Jose in P4. And then, oh well, now Jose looks like he got in the wall a bit, and now it is Rub on him. The 88 up into fourth place. First time we've mentioned him up towards the front of the field. He's been mid-pack most of this race, but he's had a quiet and but solid run through this point. Hasn't gone a lap down at any point. So very nice drive from him. Back up towards the front. Country Caliber still P2 over Daha. And they're just going to remain nose to tail here. Not a huge amount of difference. As a bit of a may have been a wall hit there from the 11. He keeps it close to the 18 now once again. As we look top three within half a second, I would have to say, of each other. And then a decent distance back to P4. As Country Caliber is a bit loose at the corner that time. And a bit from DB as well. Daha kept it perfectly straight. And gain a tiny bit of time. Looking once again through the field.
We had a wreck on the back stretch. 1 and 5 took each other out.
Ooh. So Guardian, who has honestly not had a fun race at all this evening, a early caution where he forgets to go down pit lane has trapped him a lap down for what may as well just be this entire race at this point. Unless he gets lucky with a caution here, I don't see how he can get back. As now Rub back to P6 once again. Travesty back in the top 5, and Jose back to P4, and back to No Man's Land, where DB has also relinquished to. Country Caliber is now caught back up to Daha, though, and will maintain pursuit.
I let off a rub on him. He got in front of me, and then he hit the apron and spun himself out.
Ooh. Not fun there from the 88, as he'll now drop probably P7 if he's behind lap traffic. Meanwhile, I believe we finally had 2 blown engines in this race. Palm Coaster in the 6 and Tiller in the 2. They have retired to the pit lane for the rest of the race. Don't know in which order. I just realized that, so don't look at me. We'll figure that out towards the end of the race, or at the end of the race. Really, the only real tight battle at this point is the battle for the lead. Fair enough. I guess that's the one place where you would want your only good battle to be, that if you had to choose a spot. So Country Caliber, it seems like he has a better long run car at this point here, and had a bit of a nose peak. He had a thought. Didn't go for it, but looks like he might have wanted to. And now Daha's hard on the wall, and there's Country Caliber. He'll be able to take advantage, dives it down to the inside, and he will take the race lead once again. And now Country Caliber will start defending the 18 instead of attacking. Something much easier to do at Darlington is defending with the narrow racing surface. So we'll see if Country is able to hold on here for a good bit. As we'll go, looks like Trav having some fun with some of the lap cars there in the mid pack. Blaney's behind him in P7. Long of the Sauce is trying to run out the rest of his race. He is nearly about to get lapped already. He might have had an issue himself. DB and Jose still just in no man's land. Daha remains P2. And he's actually lost space to Country Caliber here, and well, I should say time to Country Caliber. He is now dropped down to P. Well, he's still P2, but he's dropped about to half a second gap from the 11 as now they battle for what's probably the edge of the top 10 between lap cars. Now might be the closest battle between Guardian and Straight Machine. Yeah, it looks like Guardian, who had I think just gotten back around the 5, he might be trying to drive away here. The Bill is at the corner in P2, but it looks like he's now trying to make his way back up towards the 11 once again using the draft. I think he will actually get right back up to him right here. Maybe have a chance to dive it down to 1, but he will just stay behind and maintain his spot for the moment. And now it looks like he's... It's weird. Part of it looks like he's gaining. Part of it looks like he's losing time. I think my man's just playing mind tricks on me at this point. Just what a long race does to a man. As now, he's right there on the bumper once again now. Yeah, we could see more racing for the lead here. As the 11 and the 18 are nose to tail. The 11 to the high side. And he... Country Caliber is defended quite well up to this point. He's not lost the line given Daha a space to make a move. He's kept his car where he needs to keep it. And Sauce now could be the wild card, although he has let off and let everyone by at this point. Fair play from the 21. And he'll settle in behind the top 3. Now, we're not getting side-by-side action, so it's going to be hard for DB to catch back up. But if they, even though they're battling, if they do stay side-by-side, though, there could be an opportunity there for him. And I think that's what he would more want, is a sustained side-by-side battle rather than just a quick pass as we've been seeing most of the night. And I think that's... But I do believe that's probably what we would get if we were to having another pass for the lead here is just a quick move in one corner, maybe two if you need to finish it off. And once they've just been really close for pretty much this entire stage. It's been these two, and that's all we've really been talking about. I've tried to find something else, but I mean, you look throughout the field and nothing else is going on. It's really just these two, the two battling for the lead, and then everyone else just having a nice Sunday drive. Which, I mean, fair enough. As now he might have gotten a spot, countering a spot here where he can take advantage. Oh, they touched a little bit. I think they was trying to get back in line and just clips the 11. But they was sorted out. Daha looked like he had the run, but it didn't last. Out the exit of the corner, Country Caliber outgained him, and now either they both get a bit loose out the corner, or they're singling up. They're not singling. I thought it would be too early for them to do it, although I don't have a official lap count, so how am I to know?
Got 40 laps to go, and we should be 5 to 8 laps from green flag pit stops.
Thank you, Trav, for the information. So I think a lot of what this battle is going to come down to is who's going to do what when it comes down to the pit cycle. As Daha can easily go earlier, but he made his money going later at the end of stage 2 and made it work. So we'll see what the strategies are here for the drivers. Now Daha still trying to find a way around him. Before we get to the pit stops, I would obviously save him a lot of grief. Well, Hunty, blame the game for why we don't have an overlay lap count. Or a leaderboard. You know, things we were promised by the company who made the game for this reason. I mean, it keeps people like Trav employed around here, but it would be nice. Anyways, DB, the first of the trio to pit. He was a bit off of them, though, so I think this is just a move to see if he could get close to them and maybe catch a caution. Now I think Country Caliber is going to be the next one to dive down here from the lead. As we'll look, no, he's not. Maybe I'm just getting a bit of lag from them at the corner. Now Country Caliber's hit the wall. Daha has a chance to go to the inside. And the 18 is back out front after a mistake right before green flag pit stops for the two of them. And now Daha gets a tiny bit of the wall himself. Country Caliber can't do nothing about that, though. And I have a feeling that these two might just try to enter pit road at the same time, try not to let each other get out of their sights. It is a strategy you can do, especially when you're this close in a battle and you don't want, especially for this long of a battle. I should also mention this has been a very long running battle. Blaney down pit road in E22. We got to see there. The battle for the lead still beckons as the 18 once again maintaining his spot over the 11. And now a signal from Country Caliber. And this time he will make the hard left turn, and so will Daha, as we mentioned, going right at the same time, trying to keep each other in their sights for this last run. And I think that just makes it all the better for us here at GC, as the B Customs Lady in Black 250 is going to come down to the money stop right here. Did you speed? What's your hit time? Is your car good enough on the long run to make up any time lost? Oh, there might have been an issue with the 20. It looked like he might have been slow on the front stretch while we were looking through different drivers. Now, both the top two are good, but Country Caliber, and they're coming out just about as equal as you could have them. Daha out in front of Country Caliber still after pit stops. And Daha has a huge gain on Country Caliber off on the warm-up lap back to the start-finish line. So a great move from him, and now he'll be able to draft off the 88 and keep more distance to the 11. Now I don't believe that he was the last. These two were the last ones to pit. In fact, although no one is down at this point. Sausage.
Yeah, I just exited. I was the last one.
So now we are back to Daha as the leader then.
Yes.
Alrighty. So now we are back to our original running order. Although I say original, I believe DB has ended up behind the 4 after an issue with pit road or in the cycle. It's on the track itself where he loses the spot. So that moves GTR Jose Protege into the top 3 for really what's been the first time tonight. It feels like he's mainly just been 4th and 5th the entire race. Daha still maintains about a second lead, or more than that even. I would say 2.5 even. And I think with the front two, they were so equal. I don't know if Country Caliber can even make up that. We have plenty of time to do so, but I think it would have to require a couple of mistakes coming from the 18 in order for that to happen. So we'll keep an eye on that, I suppose. Jose Protege way back there in P3, DB P4. And then I believe Rob is now a lap down after his spin earlier this stage. You have Trav P5, Blaney P6. And I guess if you do the math, that would bring Rob around to P7 then.
Yep.
With Guardian P8, Street Machine P9. And rounding out your top 10, I believe, would be along with the sauce.
Yep.
Alrighty. I did something without messing it up. Country Calibers might have gained a tiny bit of time since a couple laps ago. So potentially could see a battle towards the end here. But Daha would like to keep that 11 as small as possible as we wind down the laps. here, as we're now, I would have to say, inside 30 to go from the lady in black.
Hey, T-Bird,
Yes.
do you remember who was the first person to pit on that last pit cycle?
First person pit would be DB.
Okay, because he pitted with like 38 laps to go, so unless he's got a save gear, he might be short on fuel.
Alright, that's something we could look out for. I mean, he is looking rather slow.
Because
You
he's,
might.
yeah, I've gained like a second on him since we cycled through.
So, something there. And also, Country Caliber has continued to slowly dwindle away the advantage of the 18. As now, the two fastest cars on the track are going to be able to go back at it for the final, I would say, about 20 laps here at Darlington. Country Caliber about a couple of laps away from grabbing the draft back from the 18, and actually now grabbing the draft right here instead. Country Caliber, and they're going to be back nose to tail for the lead. And this could be the race right here. Country Caliber, duh on the wall. Country Caliber can't get down to the bottom lane quick enough. The 18 maintains his spot. The 11's got to wait for another opportunity like that to arise and have a chance to overtake the 18 here. The 18 just has to defend and not make a hit the wall. And I think he should be good with the lead. But the 11 is just reared him in and has made it a race once again. Country Calories looked like he's got a bit more run inside the corner. Oh, he's hit the wall there though. That'll lose him a bit of time. They're still within each other's draft. Trying to avoid the wall, jerks it back to the inside a little bit. Now as they enter the corner again, Daha has a really low entry. Either that's for blocking purposes, although he might just hit the wall there. I don't know what it's for, but his real low entry, and I think that's what's brought Country Caliber back into this. He's maybe not just holding enough speed in 3 and 4. As the 11 now down to 3 and 4 again, as we just mentioned. They remain nose to tail. And as we look at that, Blaney and Sauce again side by side in front of them. There's some lap traffic that could also play a part in this race towards the end here. The Huss now got back
We have a caution.
a caution has come out.
Unbelievable.
I don't even see what for.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So huge implications at this point in the race. And first
Yep.
I imagine everyone has to take fresh
Yep.
tires here.
Yep. DB doesn't have to save anymore. Blaney stayed on the lead lap. Rubbing on him's going to be the first car to get his lap back. And it's probably going to be cautions breeding cautions at this point.
Yeah, at this point, you're not given any room if you're any of these guys up here.
Street and Guardian took.
So wave arounds for guys in the back. We're bringing everyone back into this. Doho gets the jump and gets the lead out. Green flag back at Darlington for a shootout. No more holds barred here As Jose Protege blocking for P3. DB's in the wall a bit. Contact being made throughout the field. As they're side by side roaring through the corners. The cars who took the wave run just trying to hold on, hoping for another caution to come out here. Daha's hard in the wall. Country Caliber's taking the lead. Jose Protege's taking second. DB's taking third all the way from the 18. And that was hard hit in the wall. A huge wreck towards the back of the field. And another caution's going to come out. 5 cars spin in out of turn 2. It looks like that started right around Sauce and Blaney. The 21 to 22 getting in it.
That was a big wreck.
Yes, it was. And now the laps will continue to trickle away towards the end of this race. And at this point, we could be right around 15 to go, maybe even less than that.
Probably less than that.
Alrighty, so once again, we'll line them back up. Country Caliber, now the leader. Jose Protege gets, well, no, a lot of people stayed out or took 2 tires. Rob, Blaney, Trav, all, and there's still a huge move, making it 3 wide.
Blaney just unbelievable.
Blaney's taking P2. Jose Protege and DB trying to make their way through the field. Country Caliber out in front with the clean space. Daha in the wall once again. Blaney tight out the corner. Hard hit for him. 1 car in the inside wall. Everyone tries to avoid the 22. They'll get around him for now. Now some more jockeying and banging. And now it looks like he'll settle out with Country Caliber and DB. Back to P2. And oh, Sauce is around. And Guardian, is that going to bring out the caution? No, it is not.
6 laps to go.
6 to go. DB the best with a fast car now. He's ran down Country Caliber, who's on older tires than the 20. To the inside. Down to turn 3. DB the best. Spins on the apron. He's around. He went too hard in. Blaney takes a shot at the 20 as well.
Still no caution, 5 to go.
They'll remain green now. Daha will have his take at the 11. Once again, it's been these 2 the entirety of State Street, and it'll be these 2 coming now down to 4 to go. Daha looks to the outside to begin with, right in turn 3 and 4. Maybe he tries to get a run. It looks like that's what he's aiming for. He has the run. He dives it to the inside. Will Country give him the space? He's trying to make space. Country in the wall. Daha slides it. He's going to get cleared on the 11. New leader, Daha, in the 18. Now 3.5. As they dive it back down to 3 and 4. Country Caliber just doesn't have the line to make him move at the 18. Maybe just stay in his draft and maybe make a move towards the final laps here. 3 to go. And with all that jockeying, Jose Protege is 3rd and Travesty 4th. DB has ended up way out of it.
Actually, rubbing on him is 3rd.
Excuse me then, Rub. P3. But now, back up towards the front, 2 to go. Daha still gaining a little bit of time on Country Caliber. But he has to be careful, keep it off the wall. That's the main goal here is, oh, he doesn't do that. Country's going to have a shot at him. It's going to block all the way down to the apron. Country Caliber can't do nothing about that. Daha uses
Sorry, I'm
the
gonna mute myself.
uses the entire track. Now Country Caliber back to the inside, white flag out in the air, and they're side by side. The 18 and 11 down to turn one. Country Caliber doesn't have the pace to keep up with the 18. Now he's got back down the inside. They're 18's in the wall. Daha's in the wall. Country Caliber's still on the inside. They're still side by side. 3 and 4. Well, someone got put on the wall. Daha keeps it around the outside. He's got the run around the outside. They're side by side at the corner. It's going to be a drag race down the straightaway. And it is Daha at the line. Just barely beating Country Caliber for the win. Rub P3.
I got bumped out of fourth just at the last second there.
An incredible race to the line between the two Joe Gibbs drivers. Incredible racing.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how how they're gonna feel in the same party chat.
Oh boy, there's definitely some contact there. There might be some discussions, to say the least. But I mean, hey, all's fair in a last lap showdown, especially at Darlington Raceway. Here at the Lady in Black 250, I believe. I believe we'll get a full rundown of the race in a moment here. Wow.
Yep. We got Daha Country rubbing on him, Street Machine, and myself in fifth. Sixth, Stevie the Best, Guardian, Protege. Let me give it to my. It just it just timed out here.
Blaney's 9th, Sauce 10th, Tiller 11th, and Palm Coaster 12th. So, wow, that's all I've got to say to that. Fastest lap, Daha, with a 28.4, Country Caliber right there, and Pete with the second fastest. So, yep, two fastest cars were there at the end. Have to say that. As now we will, if you don't mind, Mr. Trav, if you'll invite our 3 podium getters.
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
As we'll go in. Alright, I think I just completely skipped by. Shoot. Yep, there's the 88. Alright. Alright, I got my screen set up for interviews.
Let's see. I'm trying to get Daha.
I don't know if anyone's joined yet.
They're going at it in the chat right now.
Rob,
What's up?
what's up? Do you have your voice on always allow before we begin?
I believe I do.
All right. We'll have people yelling at you in the YouTube chat if you don't. So, anyways. So I mean, how about? So we'll start with your interview while we're waiting on the others because you were P3 anyways. So I mean, how about that? You were probably sitting mid-pack for most of the racing, and you have the group of cautions at the end, and you're able to prevail out in P3. So, what was your strategy with all those cautions towards the end?
Strategy? Shoot. You know me, I don't have strategy. I just drive till I run out of gas. Well, you know, really, I think I got into Guardian once, man. I apologize to him if I affected his position in any way. But, no, man, I got through. I split Street and Travesty once, man, when they started spinning, and I got right between them, man. That was awesome. You should see that.
That was
But
awesome, by the way.
But yeah, no, man, I just got lucky, man. Just ended up there. I had a decent car. I tried to stay focused. I had sweat running in my eyes for a little while. It was hard to drive, but other than that, no, it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think we might need to get some windshield wipers for your eyes, though, if you're having sweat running them.
Oh, yeah, I know some of you guys are saying, "What the hell is Rub doing up here?" Well, I don't know, so I'm here.
Hey, man, congratulations. Seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge podium for you to get here.
Well, that's a tough track for me too. I mean, and really, to be honest with you, an hour before the race, I thought we were racing Homestead. So, so yeah, I had to do some grinding right before the race.
Oh, that's great.
I just hope I didn't get anybody and cause anybody to, you know, affect their position in any way. You know, but
I mean, I didn't see you cause an issue on my point of view. That could be different for other people, but
I think I got Guardian's nose in the corner once, man. But yeah, I apologize for that. Other than that, I don't think I really got anybody. I don't think. But it was fun. Feels good.
Sure was. Congratulations on your podium there.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, now, well, first I'll ask Trev if he has any last thoughts for Rub.
No, I was hoping that we'd be racing for third place, but instead I was fighting and lost fourth there at the end. But yeah, we had some good battles there towards the end of some of those stages, so that was pretty awesome.
That's all I could see coming the last 5-7 laps was a white hood coming. I was like, oh shit, just don't mess up. Man,
Yep.
I got into the wall, I think in, let's see, 3 and 4 coming out. And I was like, oh, he's going to catch me. But anyway, Street says, oh, I got him. I just barely got him. I said, what? Anyway.
Yeah, he did. I bumped the wall coming out of 4, and he was able to just get me by a couple hundredths of a second.
Yeah, but we had good battles, man. I hope I drove good, man. Wasn't too.
Oh yeah, no, you did. I mean, I had my best race, you had your best race, so it was all good on as far as you and me go. I mean, the only person I got into all race that from my perspective, was Tiller, and I've already gone in the chat to apologize to him because that just sucks. But no, good racing, Rob.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Thank you.
Alrighty, with that, we will now move to our second place driver, and that is the 11 of Country Caliber. Do you have your voice on Always Allow, Mr. Country?
Yeah.
Alright, so overall, when it came down to stage 3, it was clear that you and Daha were the two fastest, and you were like all over each other that entire stage. So what do you think was the difference in that battle, especially at the end there?
Just some of those cautions at the end.
I
I don't know why they came out or why did it come out or whatever. And that last caution, I knew there was going to be at least a few guys who were going to stay out, and I didn't want to get trapped behind them. And my first and second gear was terrible. I couldn't get going. And yeah, I had about maybe 1 lap, 2 lap tires, and 1 lap tire, that can make a difference. And
Yeah, I tried not to hold y'all up. I tried to let y'all go by.
no, you're good. It's just
honestly, I think that's what made the difference on the last lap on the outside was the fact I had a lap pressure tires.
Yeah, it's pretty aggravating, but
Oh, dude, I mean, to me, that was like a Kurt Busch, Ricky Craven, dude. I mean, I was
Really?
sweating, man. I was sweating bullets, bro.
It was fun. It's just I felt like if that race would have went green,
Really, I
would have
don't
a
don't
better
put
chance.
off any ill will to anybody, but I was really hoping y'all would wreck up there. No.
We about did. On my screen, I punted the off turn 2 and he hit the wall, and I slowed down a little bit, like let him get back beside me because I didn't want to, win like that. But
I see. I thought you did. That's what I was telling DB, because me and DB are in the same chat. I was like, man, I said, because I looked beside me going down the back straightaway, and I said, man, we're still side by side. I think he let out. And of course, we went in the corner, and neither one of us. You didn't overdrive the corner. I didn't overdrive it, and we just let whoever had the run, and go with it.
yeah, I mean, it's a fun battle. I mean, no doubt. The car was tight as hell in the beginning. I had to loosen that baby up quite a bit after stage 1, and it came to life. And
Yes, it did.
because I didn't have nothing for y'all. You already be in the beginning, and finally I made some adjustments and got a lot better. And did DB hit the apron when he was beside me?
Yes, yeah.
I was kind of worried. I didn't think I hit him, but at the same time, hard to tell. And
he touched that apron, man. You know how that apron is. It just gets the best of you sometimes.
Yeah, you got a good chunk of that on your inside there.
But wish it would have went green, because I felt like I had a better chance. But second place, double points, and Homestead and Phoenix. I'm looking. Those are 2 good tracks for me. So I'll beat Duh on Sunday in a different league. So just wait.
Come on, man. I need that Dagger win. One more thing I got to ask you. Are you in that money race Saturday?
No, I won't be around.
Okay. All right.
That was some hard ass blocking, though. I ain't gonna lie. So, how does that make you guys feel? Because I was thinking you guys were gonna wreck out of 4 or into 3.
Blocking. Win.
I mean, that's what it looked like from where I was at in 4th.
Yeah, well, there was a moment where I got to his inside and
Yeah, I was on that. That's what it was, down the back straightaway. He had a run, and I went to the bottom, hoping that he wouldn't go down there because I figured it would give him the preferred line. But when I went down there, I saw he was there, so I cut back up. But at that same time, he cut up too, so it actually prevailed for me.
That's why I scraped the wall. I was watching you guys up front. I was like, I'm watching them. Watch the damn track.
Man, this right here is a racetrack. You got to focus. You cannot watch somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
There were several times in that race where somebody would get on my bumper, and coming out the corner, it would just get me sideways. And there was a couple of times, I think in stage 2, you and me I almost took you out a couple of times. But
Yeah, dude. I mean, your ass end would just come around. It almost clipped my front end because I was just trying to bump draft, just get us away from the pack in case it just went green. It could just be down between me and you. But things happen.
Does anybody know what even brought out that caution? Because I know I was running 5th, and T-Bird asked me. I was like, I have no clue.
Guardian accidentally took DB out, and he feels bad. So Dove, you can tell DB. Sorry. But,
DB actually said that right there shouldn't have even brought out a caution. Honestly, to tell you the truth, that's what he said.
I mean, I'm looking
I
at
told
he was
T-Bird,
happy
I
that it
said
did.
after that it's going to be one caution after another, and that's pretty much what happened.
Well, what we figured was we was about to go into turn 3, not turn 2 or turn 1. It was going to be turn 3, and we was about to get waylaid by people that ain't been running up front. And it happened, but I was able to prevail from it. So, what's up with one more thing I gotta ask you, Caliber? What's up with the lap traffic racing you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to be that quicker, but
That's a mystery that will never be solved in this league.
I'm wanting to know what he thought about when I didn't pit and I was up there in a second outside of him on a restart. I know it was thinking, oh shit, here's
I
Rob.
was more worried about my gears because I didn't even have a save gear. I just kind of put this together at the last minute, and my gears were just terrible to get going, and
But you know,
I
the bad
just
thing is let I let up to let you by, and then another one goes by, another one goes by. Somebody bumps me, I get in the wall. You know, so I was gonna just pull over and let y'all go, and Street said, "Nah, man, don't do that. You're up there, just drive the car." I said, "Okay,
Yeah.
buddy."
I took 2 right side tires, and then I don't know who hit me, and then it was just like I got thrown in the wall as soon as we got into turn 2, and I was like, well, I'm gonna try to do my best to get a top 5 for the first time.
Yep. So with that, I think Daha has already done a well. First of all, thank Country for his time, and then Daha has already been talking a bit about that end of the race. So what was your philosophy there going 4 on that with that on that final stop compared to a lot of people going with 2 or none?
Um, Man, this is just one of them tracks where tires always prevails to me. Um, I thought about taking 2 on that last pit stop, um, just for track position. Um, but wind up taking 4 with no fuel, and I got punted one time going into 3 by 4, and he just kept on, kept on. Finally was able to get clear of him, and I was able to actually run down the 11 and the 20. When the 20 went underneath him, when they went in the corner side by side, they just killed both of their momentum. Then the 20 spun out, so I was able to get a run, and I gotta say, man, that was some of the funnest 2 last laps I've ever run. That right there, man, I was on my toes, man. I'm still sweating from this race, man. This track right here, it's fast, and it keeps you on your toes. One little slip up and you're in the wall. So wanna congratulate Caliber for second, Rebel and DB tonight, and I want to give a shout out to my mom and my dad. They're watching. Shout out to KB Showtime for spotting. Flash 9 setups. I mean, can't beat them.
I mean, you put the right there tonight with a solid win here at the Lady in Black. Thank you, Mr. Daha.
Yes, and that is my first win this year. Whew, finally.
Well, there you go.
Yes.
Back-to-back weeks where we have a sudden finish has given us first-time winners this season. So, how about it?
But I appreciate it and appreciate the people tuning in and watching, and appreciate Taddy for letting us race.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Teddy.
Yes, sir. Any last words for Daha, Mr. Trav?
No, sir.
No, I don't really have anything more to say. Good job getting the win, and I know when I saw you coming a couple of times when we got mixed up with cautions, whatever, it's like, yeah, you're faster. I'll just try to let you go by.
Well, appreciate that. That actually, man, that right there actually goes a long way when people know that somebody else is faster. I mean, runs them down, and then you just got them just literally blocking you, just in your daggone way.
Yeah,
it makes it really,
you can't
really
pass on the
aggravating.
corners here at Darlington either, and that was
Not really.
I think the mistake that a lot of people were making, because I think there was another point too where Guardian and Street were a lap down. They were behind me, and I just pulled over on the backstretch and let them go by because it's like, I'm not messing with that. But then you do one bad thing and everyone thinks you're terrible. So it is what it is.
Mean, us the leaders. I mean, the top 3. I know me, Caliber, and DB. I mean, we all kind of gave each other room when we needed it, So that kind of kept us together and kind of in our own league,
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you just got to try to race smarter.
Well, I got my best finish, and I finished in the top 5, I think, all stages. So
That's good.
I'll take that tonight,
especially with the double points.
Yep, absolutely.
So good job, y'all.
Well, if anybody's listening, I hope I didn't get into nobody and affect anybody's position. Like I said, I don't know how I ended up in 3rd, but there I was. So Thank you.
And with that, we will wrap up the show from GC this evening. Tune in tomorrow night, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the A Customs, where our podium finishers will be able to join the best in the business at Atlanta Motor Speedway. That includes you, Rub. So how about that? An A lobby race for you if you can make it.
Yeah, okay. We'll see.
All right. This has been Tabor and Travesty from GC Sports, and we are now signing off. Goodie.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.